What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and welcome to the weekly Reseller live show where I answer some of you guys' questions and just take this time to just once a week engage with you guys, answer whatever reseller questions you may have. And I usually just try to share some of the stuff that I pick up over the past weekend from thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, and stuff like that. And I want to just make sure that I let enough people kind of gather up to the channel before I start going into my live thrift haul. But before, as I know some of the notifications come out a little slow, so I'm just gonna, just give you guys some positive information before we really start to get into the thrift haul, because I know that's why a lot of you guys are here. But one thing that's really been on my mind lately that I had to share is the importance of time. Now, today is one of those type of days where I woke up and I wasn't necessarily feeling like hopping on the live stream today, just because I know I had a lot of stuff to do. But at the same time, I know that I already scheduled this live stream. I put it out there for you guys. I let you know that I was going to be doing this. And anytime, for one, when you tell yourself or you set a schedule, as entrepreneurs, we set schedules for ourselves. Once you set a schedule, you say you're going to do something, you got to go ahead and do it. And even if you don't feel like doing it, you still got to do it. So when I'm talking about in terms of time, I always remember the importance of time, in the sense that that's the one thing we can't get back. You know what I mean? So every time that I'm hopping on these live streams, or I'm just trying to create a video and put out some content for you guys, just know that the time that goes into these things and the time that you spend with your family, your friends, your loved ones, that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And that's why most of us are entrepreneurs, or the part-time, full-time. That's why we do what we do. So I just wanted to give you guys just a little bit of helpful information before we get started. Let me check in the chat, because right now my fiance Dominique, as you guys know, she's out of town for the weekend. So right now it's just gonna be me running through these the live streams and kind of interacting with you guys. And I'm not gonna lie, it's so much easier when she's handling this section of it, because it's hard to juggle between both, because I've been spoiled. She's been helping me from day one. So the day she's not here, it's a little difficult to do both, but we gonna make it work. So we got a few people in the chat. Everybody saying hello. What's good, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to the live show. I definitely appreciate y'all hopping in and checking in with me. But we got about 21 people here, so definitely hit the like button. And I'm definitely going to start to go into the thrift haul and show you guys what I picked up this past weekend. Now, first up was this pair of Brooks linear platform shoes for women. And these wasn't in like the best condition, but for the most part, these shoes, Brooks linear platform shoes, sell pretty good for me, sell for about 30 to 40 bucks. So anytime I pick it up, even if it's not in the best shape, I still pick it up, because I might get maybe, like I said, 30 to 40 bucks for these shoes. And I only paid $3 for these. So this was definitely a good deal. So if you guys come across Brooks linear platform running shoes, whether it's for men or women, always pick it up. And this is the other shoe here. And like I said, you guys may not be able to tell the overall condition, but there's some stains on here that I'm going to have to throw it in the washing machine in order for it to be a little crispier. That way it can sell for top dollar, because I'm hoping to get close to that $40 range. So Brooks sneakers right now are selling like crazy for me, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Checking the chat. Yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone, all the mothers, all the fathers out there that's playing both roles, and all the moms out there that's playing both roles. Happy Mother's Day to y'all, and have a good day. So let me see if there's definitely ask any questions you guys may have in the chat. I know I'm gonna be able to go through every question, but I'm gonna try to engage as much as possible. I'm seeing somebody saying that has anyone sold mystery boxes? I don't sell mystery boxes. And we got Joan Weeks, Akil going to Buffalo soon. What thrift stores are worth checking out? Goodwills, Amvets, check those out. So next up is this pair of, I believe these are the Adidas BYW, and these are Adidas sneakers, really nice, kind of different, kind of unique. And when I first came across these, I actually wanted a pair, and I went to Foot Locker to try these on, and they were comfortable. But for the most part, these shoes, they're not very popular in terms of resale. These don't resell for a ton of money. These I'll probably get, once I clean these up, I'll probably get about I'm thinking $60 for these shoes, but when they were selling them brand new, they were like 150, 160, and it was kind of floating around that price point for a while. But so far, the I guess the popularity has went down a little bit. So I'm starting to find these in thrift stores now, and I'm gonna clean these up. These are actually my size, but I'm not gonna hold on to these. As you guys know, when it comes to finding stuff in my size, I don't necessarily keep everything, because if I was to do that, I'd have way too much stuff, and I already have way too many things in the collection. So this is the other shoe. As you can tell, not in the worst condition, but it could definitely use a quick cleaning. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these and put these up on eBay and Poshmark for about anywhere between 50 to $60, depending on how good they look after I clean these up. And keeping things going in the hole is a pair of Keen sandals. Now, I had a pair of kids Keens that sold last weekend for like $12 or $15. And those sold on the very, very low end. But Keen shoes for men and women sell for a lot more profit. So these should sell somewhere between 30 and $40. And I paid $3 for these sandals. These were actually $5.99. And shoes were half off in the Goodwill over this weekend. So I paid $3 for these. I'm shooting for closer to $40 for these. And I might need to throw these in the washing machine, but I'm just going to scrub these up and make them look as nice as possible. That way I can get top dollar for these shoes. So anything Keen related always sells well for me. The sandals sell on the lowest end, but their boots, especially their hiking boots, sell for a lot of profit. I've definitely spoke about Keen shoes in the past, but for those of you that are new to the channel, definitely check out Keen shoes. So let me keep it up in the chat so I can, keep it going. Vanessa High went to Buffalo Exchange on Ventura and found some Adidas human species. Wow, that sounds crazy. Hopefully they was real. One heck of a thrifter asked, have you sold any of those affliction shirts? Yes, I sold 3 shirts. I had like 12, and I sold 3 of them to one person in a bundle on Poshmark. One of them actually had a hole, so I took one back to Goodwill, and the others are still on Poshmark right now. And at first I was going to list them as a bundle on eBay, and I was going to lock them all together. But I decided to just, this is something I say often, but I just decided to take the stairs and just list them individually and play the long game, because they might take a lot longer to sell, but overall I'll make more money if I was to sell them individually. So I tell people this concept all the time. I'm a huge believer in just taking the stairs. Just because it might be the easy way out or it might sell faster isn't necessarily always the way to go. So for me, I just decided to list it individually, and we'll do it like that. Just gonna keep seeing any comments anybody has. I remember you said you picked up Brooks Brothers. Do you pick up the button-down shirts? If so, do they sell good? Also, same with Hagar, St. John's Bay button-downs. Those are JCPenney brands. I don't usually pick those up. Brooks Brothers, it depends. If it's a nice print, I might mess with it, but for the most part, I don't really touch it unless I can get it for like $1 or $2. So I don't really mess with it too much. Keeping things going with the thrift haul. This is actually more of a higher priced item. This is a lens that I picked up, and this is a Tamron AF 18 to 200 millimeter lens, and this is for Canon cameras. And this lens is a pretty quality lens. The only downside to this one is that it has a scratch on the lens. And anytime you find a lens that has a scratch, that definitely automatically reduces the value. So if this lens was in perfect condition, I probably could have got like $100 for this or maybe more. But since it does have that scratch, I don't even know if I'll be able to show y'all guys the scratch on there, because it's pretty insignificant, but it's there. So it's one of those things where somebody can definitely still use this, but they'll have to either edit that scratch out in everything that they do with it, or they might need like a glass filler or a lens repair and fix this lens. So I'm gonna put this up on eBay for about $70. I've seen some in similar condition sell for about $70. And I paid, I think, $3 or $4 for this from a garage sale. So if you guys come across lenses, especially these digital lenses, always pick them up. These zoom lenses sell for some decent profit. Older, like vintage lenses, can possibly bring in some good money, but newer style lenses, especially for DSLR cameras, those always sell better. Keep it going in the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Do you sell cleats? I have new tag track spike cleats and baseball cleats. Going to try to sell them. I don't sell too many cleats. A lot of people pick up cleats from like Ross and Marshalls and places like that. My Ross and Marshalls is trash, so I don't get good stuff. But if I can find cleats for a good price, I'll definitely pick it up. But you know, check the comps. I know there's some cleats that do really well, and baseball season is here. So baseball cleats, soccer cleats, all those type of athletic wear pieces are definitely stuff to pick up now during this time of the year, because like I said, people need this like crazy, and they prefer to buy it used because they know by the end of the summer they're just gonna beat it up anyway. So definitely be on the lookout for athletic wear. Lindsay L, my Keens aren't moving. Go check again with the prices. Your prices may be a little too high, because I know some people talk about Keen a lot and people expect to make a ton of money, but some Keens sell anywhere between 30 and 40. So if yours aren't moving, you might need to lower the price a little bit. Tahani Thrifts, that's a nice name. Hey Akil, I have been watching your videos for a while. I'm thinking about opening a separate Poshmark Closet, only selling men's clothes. Do you think guys will buy from a woman closet? Yeah, I don't think guys care. I think as long as the stuff that you're selling is dope, guys are going to pick it up. I don't think people even pay attention too much to the actual seller. They're more concerned with the item. I know for me, if I'm buying something on eBay or Poshmark, I don't care who the seller is. I'm more concerned with the actual product. Let's see. Cool. You have the label printer. Y'all notice it? Hell yeah. It's a lifesaver. Do you pick up Rockin' Republic jeans or Zara Man? No, I do not. Rockin' Republic jeans don't sell much, and Zara Man, I like Zara for myself, but to sell, I don't really sell it at all. Someone says, "Are you Jamaican?" No, I'm not. And Yannick says, "Hello." Tell her I love her. That's like my second mom. So keep it going with the live thrift haul. I picked up some Xbox controllers from a garage sale, right? And I don't know how to test these because I don't have an Xbox. And a funny story about these controllers, I purchased a controller from a garage sale. It was a PS2 controller, and the person that I bought it from, it was like 3 or 4 of them, and they told me they all worked, and I was happy. So I said, okay, cool, I'll buy the controllers. 2 of them worked, and 1 didn't. And the one that didn't, I sold it on eBay, and that person left me neutral feedback. At first, they left me negative feedback because I said it worked because I believed the seller, and it didn't work. And I had to go in and send a refund and kind of, practice customer service, because at the end of the day, I said that it worked. And although I didn't test it myself, I just believed the seller. So definitely keep that in mind every time you guys are selling electronics. So for these controllers, it's actually a big bag of these, and I have 5 controllers all together. So I'm gonna eventually get an Xbox to just test these controllers, because believe it or not, these controllers in good condition sell for about $20 a piece. So I'm gonna go through these controllers, get an Xbox, maybe from the thrift store for maybe $5 or $10, the older Xbox, and just so I can test it beforehand, just so that I won't have to run into any problems with selling stuff that don't work, because you can get away with selling 1 or 2 things that don't work because these things happen. But if you develop a reputation for selling things that don't work, your eBay feedback is just gonna dive. Your seller reputation is just gonna dive. And as we know on eBay and Poshmark too, your feedback is all you really have. Your integrity is all you really have when it comes to this type of stuff. So keep that in mind. If you're selling controllers, at least try to get the system for it, so that way you can test it yourself. Going back into the chat, I see people selling things on Poshmark, prices as low as $5. How is that even profitable? What is the lowest price that you will sell for an item? Thanks for all you do. I don't know why people sell stuff that cheap. I'm thinking they may be getting things from a garage sale for like 5 cents, or they may be doing a lot of Goodwill outlet shopping where they pay per pound for stuff. So that might influence their pricing structure. But I actually did a video on my Patreon page about how I price my items, why I price them the way I do, and I spoke a little bit about mindset. So that video will be going up shortly after this live video is done. That video I was working on that this morning, so that video will go on there for Patreon subscribers. And I just want to start doing different content, more exclusive content that'll give you guys a better perspective on what it takes to run an eBay and Poshmark business. Because I'm doing these live shows, I'm doing trips to the thrifts, and that's cool and it's entertaining. But to be honest with you guys, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff isn't as entertaining, and it wouldn't drive that many views, but those are the things that will really take your business from point A to point B. So that's where I'm trying to focus a lot more of those like introspective one-on-one videos about reselling. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the Patreon page. I'll put a link in the description to that one. The link is in the description to all my other videos, but that'll be in this video as well. So keeping things going along, the next piece that I ended up coming across was this tape recorder. Yeah, this was a tape recorder. It's called the Clear Voice, and it's a Sony VOR. I believe the number on this, if you guys are interested, is the TCM 200DV, and this is a cassette recorder. So people see these things all the time, I'm sure, but they walk right by it. And these actually sell for a decent amount of profit. These sell for like 50 to 60 bucks. And even though it's old technology, people still use this. I know somebody was telling me lawyers still use this just so that they can record interviews and stuff like that. People that write novels, they usually want to record their voice. That's so they can have that type of information in a physical form instead of having it digital. And then, you could always lose digital files. So people still use these type of stuff. And this particular one, which is the TCM 200DV, this one sells for like 50 to 60 bucks. And I didn't test it because it was in the Goodwill, and I didn't test it yet. But even if it doesn't work, I'm going to just clean it up with some apple cider vinegar to clean the battery port and make sure that that's clear, because I know acid and battery rust can affect that. And I'm pretty sure it'll work once I clean it up. And that's an easy 50, 60 bucks because this was only $3. So keeping things going in here, let's see what people are saying. People sell for low just to get rid of it because they had it too long. Thank you for making videos. Tomorrow I will be. Thank you for making videos. Tomorrow I will be a month that I started reselling, and I made over 500. It's very exciting, and I appreciate your help. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad I can help, because it's hearing stuff like that that make me want to keep putting these videos out. So we're gonna keep moving things along. I also purchased this from a garage sale. This is called the Viper vibrating fitness roller. And those of you that work out, I tell you guys all the time, staying fit, staying in shape, whether you ride a bike or you just walk around the town for a little bit, that's super, super important when you're an entrepreneur. Because for one, if you're not healthy, your business isn't gonna function properly. So for the most part, you need to stay in shape. You need to stay healthy. And this is one of those type of things that I was actually going to keep for myself until I saw that this is selling for like $175. So I'm going to just get a regular foam roller for after my workouts. But something like this is a huge, huge profit maker. It's selling on Amazon for like $160, and on eBay, I've seen sold for like $160 as well. So I'm going to price mine around there and see how long it takes to sell. I'm not expecting this to be a fast sale by any means, but I do know that it's a very specific and a very niche type of thing. So when it does sell, I'll be happy, considering the fact that I only paid $10 for this. And this was, like I said, brand new. It's still sealed, and used items I'm seeing people listed for like $100. So I'm pretty sure I'll get at least 150 for this one. Let's see if there's any other questions. Is eBay hard to transition from Poshmark? Yes, it is. eBay is one of those things where if you start on eBay first, you can take your talents anywhere on any platform, and you could be successful. If you started on Poshmark, you've been spoiled, because Poshmark is very, very easy. They made it simple so that anybody could use it just from their phone. But eBay is better for desktop. So if you don't have a laptop or a desktop, you're gonna realize that maneuvering through eBay is a lot more difficult than it is through Poshmark. And in terms of shipping, in terms of handling buyers, there's so many intricacies involved in eBay that if you came from Poshmark and you're transitioning to eBay, it's going to take a while. It's going to be a learning curve. But if you came from eBay and going to Poshmark, you would flourish, because you realize how easy it is. And I think that kind of speaks to why I've been able to do so well on Poshmark, because I started on eBay first, and I was selling on eBay for like a year and a half, and then I moved on to Poshmark. Next is this Patagonia plaid shirt. You guys know I sell a ton of Patagonia. Patagonia is one of those brands that is very popular right now, so it sells pretty well for me. In my area, I come across it a lot. And Patagonia shirts, they don't sell as much as they used to sell for. I would get like 30, sometimes $40 for a shirt like this. Nowadays, I'm only getting maybe 20 to 25 bucks, and it doesn't sell as fast as it used to either. Their shorts sell a lot faster, but these casual shirts, they don't sell that fast. So if you guys come across these, still pick it up, but don't expect it to be a super fast flip, and don't expect to make a ton of profit either. Next up is this Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, and I don't get a ton of Ralph Lauren. I say this all the time. I usually stick to large sizes or more unique stuff, but the shirts were half off, so I paid $3 for this shirt. And this is a new age Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. And when I say new age, I mean the fact that it's not vintage, of course, but the blue tag, this is the stuff that's still in stores like Macy's and wherever else they sell Polo Ralph Lauren. So definitely stick to like the new age stuff. Stick with larger sizes, and if you can get it for a cheap price, go ahead and pick it up. But like I said, I paid $3 for this. I'll probably sell it for 20 on Poshmark, and it's a size small, so it's not the best size. But for only $3, I figured it was worth the chance. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how this sells because I didn't put it up on Poshmark yet. But as soon as I put it up, I'll price it for 20, and you'll see if it takes more than a month to sell. Here's some more garage sale pieces that I ended up finding. I went to a few garage sales yesterday. I woke up about 7:30 and I hit about 5. And this was a Harley Davidson shirt for women. I know it's a long sleeve, so it might not sell that fast because it's basically out of season. But I know for those that ride motorcycles, I know sometimes they got to bundle up. So I'm hoping this might move to an actual rider or maybe just a Harley fan. But this is a Harley Davidson Las Vegas thermal shirt, and really good condition, no flaws or anything like that. And it even had some rhinestones on the front, which I thought was all right. And I'm pretty sure this will sell for maybe 20, maybe 25 bucks. And I paid $1 for this shirt. So we'll see how long it takes to sell. But even if it takes a little longer than I'm accustomed to taking to sell stuff, the fact that I only paid $1, I'm not really tripping about that too much. And here is another Harley Davidson item. And this was another top for women. And this was actually a turtleneck. So this might take a very long time to sell because turtlenecks are not flying off the shelves right now. I still sell sweaters and jackets and outerwear, but I know I haven't sold a turtleneck since like December. So we'll see how long it takes to sell this one. But I do think the Harley Davidson spell out was really dope. So I'm pretty sure somebody would appreciate this. So we'll see how long it takes to sell. Somebody might pick this up, cut the turtleneck off, do something with the sleeves, who knows? But I paid $1 for it, so I might get maybe 20 to 25 for this as well. Let's jump in the chat, see what people are talking about. I'm a Poshmark seller. I want to take a higher level. I'll take it to a higher level. I want to have sales of 600 a week. I do not have access to many of the items that you do. What do you advise? I advise try selling on eBay. Think about selling hard goods. Think about selling non-clothing items, because most Goodwills, they're familiar with clothing brands, especially in smaller cities. They watch YouTube, they keep up to date. But when it comes to hard goods like electronics and like going to garage sales and stuff like that, you can come across stuff like this. And this sells for good profit. You can come across items like this that also sell for good profit. So for those of you that don't have necessary access to good clothing brands like the ones that I talk about often, try selling hard goods instead. Try hitting up outlets. Even if you have to drive an hour, you might come across a huge deal like I did with those Adidas that I picked up for 20 bucks a piece, and I've been selling for like 65 to 70 bucks on Poshmark. So you just have to think outside the box. Don't necessarily just stick with thrift stores. You might have to, just do different stuff to kind of get ahead. Next is this blazer, and this one is actually going to be for me because this one was actually really dope, and it's lightweight, and on the inside had like a crazy print that I thought was dope, and it actually fits. And anytime I come across blazers, they don't usually fit me well. I have to get it tailored, and getting things tailored for me now, especially since I don't work in like an office anymore, it doesn't make sense for me to tailor stuff anymore because I'm not going to wear it often. But this one fit me pretty well, so I'm probably going to wear this in a video, and I might wear it to, who knows, Posh Fest or something, I don't know. But I definitely wanted to pick this one up. And I would tell you guys the brand, but honestly, this is like not a dope brand at all. It's I think it's called HLA. If you guys was to check the comps on this tag, you probably wouldn't even be able to find it on eBay. It might be like it might be one of those made in China kind of low quality stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, it fit me real nice, and I did like the cut. So that's just a little something from the personal collection. Next is a shirt by the brand Cinch. And Cinch is another brand that doesn't sell for a ton of profit for me, but I still pick it up if I can get it for a good price. And like I said, shirts were half off this weekend, so I only spent $3 for this shirt. And the last shirt from Cinch that I sold for $20 on Poshmark within like 3 days. So that might have been a fluke, but we'll see. I'll test it. I'll test it again. I'll take some good pictures, put it up on Poshmark, and see how fast it takes to sell. And if it sells quick, I'll tell you guys and let you know to pick it up. But if it takes long, forget about it. Next is this shirt from Castelli, and Castelli is like a cycling brand. They sell like cycling jerseys and stuff like that. And these sell anywhere between $25 and $30 for me. I usually sell these type of stuff on eBay because I have some cycling jerseys on Poshmark, but they don't sell well for me. They take a very, very long time to sell. But on eBay, they sell a lot faster because people are searching for these. So I put this up on eBay. It should sell between $25 and $30, and I'm pretty sure it'll sell within at least 30 days. So I'll give you guys an update on how that goes because I'm pretty sure that will sell pretty fast. Okay, so we got a few questions. We had 26 minutes. I think I'm doing pretty well without Dom this weekend, but I do miss her. So if y'all follow her on the gram, let her know. Send her some love. We got some questions in the chat. How many items do you recommend to keep on your Poshmark and eBay? If you have quality items, maintaining about 100 items is cool if you're, like a part-time seller or you don't have enough space to hold a bunch. But I think maybe about 100 items is a good amount to keep in rotation. How many items do you go thrifting? How many times do you go thrifting per week? I go every day, once a day, sometimes twice a day. And that just works best for me because I have a Goodwill like 3 blocks away from me. And another Goodwill is right across the street from my gym. So I set it up in a way where I kind of have to go. If I'm leaving the house, even if I'm going to the post office is right next to my Goodwill too. So I live in a situation where if I don't go thrifting, that's intentional. I didn't want to go, but it's so easy for me to go that I just go every day. And I think that's what works best for me. One person says, how do you keep track of taxes? I have a CPA that does my taxes for me. She's a professional. She's been looking out these past couple of years since I've been reselling. So that's why I don't give advice because I don't know nothing about that. I can tell you guys the very, very small stuff, but the best advice I could tell you is don't do it yourself. Try to hire a professional because they will know how to help you best. Have you ever had problems with eBay or been scammed by a buyer? 2 reasons why I'm scared to sell on eBay. Hell yeah. I've been scammed, but the thing with eBay is that they're on the side of the buyer. They're very protective of their buyers. And if you're a seller, chances are if there's a dispute, most times they're going to side with the buyer. So by knowing that, it just made me become a better seller. It made me kind of limit the amount of leeway that a buyer can have. So if I post something on eBay, I'm making sure that I scanned through it with a fine-tooth comb. So there's no flaws. If I'm providing measurements, I make sure the measurements are accurate. I just try to do my best in order to secure a good transaction. And sometimes bad buyers come along and you might get scammed, but it's part of business. You just keep it rolling. You might chalk it up. You might lose $20. You might lose $100, but you chalk it up and you keep moving because in business, you just got to keep doing what you got to do. And the last question I'm seeing is, are you going to Posh Fest this year? And yeah, that's my plan. I definitely plan on going to Posh Fest. I'm trying to become a speaker. So, I mean, if you guys like the channel, if you can nominate, if you know anybody in Poshmark, let them know about me. I'm going to apply and I'm going to try to get in there. I just wasn't able to buy Posh Fest tickets because those shit sold out super fast. So there's 48 people in here. Hit the like button, please. Let YouTube know that what I'm doing is worthwhile. Let them know that y'all appreciate it. I'm not seeing any questions left. And we just gonna stop this at 30 minutes because I think that this was really good. I shared some solid information. If y'all got any comments, any questions, put it in the comment section. That way I can see it and I'll address it in a future video. And also, if you can, check out my Patreon page. I'm going to make sure I put a link to that in here as well. And that's going to be more exclusive content that I'm not putting anywhere else, only for Patreon subscribers. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. So thanks again, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.